Listen, I am so excited to be here. It's your favorite girl in the world, and I am here super excited for this new show, guys. I'm not going to even waste your time. We're going to go ahead and get right into it. So here's the thing, all right? I want you guys to remember that. I find myself saying that all the time, and when I say so here's the thing, I'm about to get with it. I'm about to let you know what it is and what it ain't and what it should be. So welcome to my new show called So Here's the Thing, where it is all things perspective, all things hot topics, all things trending. I'm super excited to have my first guest. Like, there's no other person here that I would want to be on this show with me, because we got so much stuff that we need to talk about. The world needs to know. I need to know. And y'all, without further ado, help me to please welcome the entrepreneur, known for all of her many hats that she wears, her vibrant style, and just an amazing personality, guys. Help me to welcome the amazing Miss Rich Auntie dada.
Hey, Auntie babies.
Hey, Auntie baby. Yes, y'all, we got the entourage. Come on, entourage. Come on in. Sit down, y'all. We got your auntie. We got your leader on the couch. Before I go any further, I got to say thank you for taking the time to come and sit and talk to me. I know you have like 17.5 thousand events coming up. So I really appreciate you for carving out the time to come in and talk to me today. So thank you very much for that.
Thank you for having me.
So before I get any more into who you are, you tell the people who you are. I got annoyed. We have this new amazing group that we've created here locally, and we were sitting down at a meeting, and they was like, all right, Dorian, sit down and tell us everything that you do. And I was like, what? And in my mind, it sounded like it was so much, but as I started talking, it didn't seem like a lot was coming out. But then as I kept talking, it was like, well, dang. So nobody can brag on you like you. So tell us who you are and what you do.
Like you said, I'm Rich Auntie Dada. I do have about 13 plus jobs.
In real life.
In real life. Like, I'm not even joking. I make t-shirts. I do work at the casino, so I'm a cocktail server. I bartend a little here and there. I am about to be a licensed realtor.
Hey, congratulations. I saw you pass your class. Yes.
I am a podcaster myself, a social media marketing guru. I do promotions.
For the guru. Yes.
I'm a food reviewer, food critic. I'm starting, I will have my own festival. Just waiting on everything to be cleared.
Welcome to the festival world.
Oh God, help
Girl,
me!
I
don't know what I got myself into.
Listen, you don't listen. I got you though.
Thank you.
I got you. I got you. That's one thing over here. In these dwellings, we do no gatekeeping. We do no gatekeeping at all. Because your success is my success. Right. So that's that. I got you. But keep going.
I work for the radio station, Cumulus 99.7.
Shouts out, Big Ant, my guy.
Scooter Man too.
Scooter Man,
that's my boss.
Of
that's
course.
My boss.
Yes.
I'm an event planner. I be forgetting because it's
travel agent.
I got
the list.
How could I forget? I am a travel agent.
I got the list.
Yeah, I feel like I'm a Louisiana ambassador. Like,
come on.
I
claim that, walk in that.
Amen.
Walk in that.
Amen.
Walk in that. I love it.
am working on a new business endeavor, but it won't. I gotta get all that nitty gritty before I release it. So job 14, maybe 15, loading.
I love it.
Yeah.
So what made you become this serialpreneur? A lot of people think that it's easy, but it's really something that you don't choose to do. Yeah. I didn't choose to do it. So I just assume that other people who do it, they don't choose to do it either. So how did you get on that journey?
It was a battle between doing stuff that my parents set me up, like lined me up to do, which was college. You go to college, you get a career, you do this, you do that. And I was like, I've always hated school. Like, there has to be something else in life that I can do and still be equally as successful without having to go to school and create a career for umpteen years that I hate. Like, I don't want to wake up and hate my job for the rest of my life, because that's what you hear. Like, oh, I don't want to go to work. I was like, no. So I complained for like 3 years. I was like, everybody that went to school with me, they're graduated, they're in their career field, they're married, they're this. And I was like, I have no purpose, I have no talents, I have no this, I have no that. And my mom was like, all right, sit down, self-evaluate.
Right.
What do you want to do? Like, nothing. I was like, I'm not good at nothing but cleaning up. So I tried to start a cleaning business, failed. I was like,
that was the first business that I tried to do. I tried to start a cleaning business. I was living in Baton Rouge, and I was working at the Presbyterian Day School on LSU's campus. Mm-hmm. And I heard these parents talking about how she was paying this woman $700 a Sunday to come and clean her bathroom and her kitchen. I said, oh, I just started a cleaning business.
Yeah.
Girl, I went to them people's house. I'm talking about like mounds of dirt in the tub. How are you bathing on dirt? Girl, I was in them people's bottom of their tub crying like my ancestors did not fight for like it was
and cleaning is my therapy, but once I started cleaning other people, I was like,
it's different.
Oh no, this is not for me.
Yeah,
so
it's different.
I literally just was talking to, not even an hour ago, my nail tech, and I was like, you know, we never
shout out your nail tech,
right? Shout out to Alexis Ferguson.
Hey, fine. Them things cute too, baby. I would never be able to do anything.
It's a lifestyle.
It is, because they hurt.
You have to adjust, and that's coming from the girl with the broken pinky right now. But yeah, so yeah, just basically kind of going through, like, I call it, I think all 20-year-olds go through a midlife crisis.
Yeah.
Before you hit the 40-year-old midlife crisis or the 50-year-old midlife.
You just said that, I just quenched because I'm 40.
I really think we go through, like, we're battling, like, younger self and growing up. So now you're stuck between, am I not moving fast enough, or am I behind?
That biological clock.
And I was there.
Yeah.
So.
And everyone kind of goes through that in decades, right?
Yeah.
So like you said, like at 20, it's kind of like, all right, I'm not 18 anymore. I'm not a kid anymore. So then that kind of, you got to go through that again kind of when you hit 30, because it's like, dang, I'm not in my 20s anymore.
Right.
I should be kind of like growing up.
Mature.
I should be maturing. And the same thing is 40 and 50. So that kind of happens in decades.
Well, that's how I feel like everything kind of birthed. I dealt with really bad depression and anxiety and all that. And me finding myself was going on a trip solo, and I only went to Houston, but I planned out my trip, and I just started kind of recording, and that's when TikTok became a thing. Mm-hmm. And my first video just went super viral, and I was like, hey, what's all this?
Hold on. What is this?
So literally summer 2021, this was in June. No, it was May. Every month after that, I went on a trip, and I started getting peace on the airplane. And then I had like a come to Jesus meeting in the sky.
Okay.
And I realized when I'm in the sky, I find peace. Mm-hmm. So I can think. And when I'm away from my scenery, stuff just starts to go in my head.
That's me and water.
Same. I love
that's
water.
Me and water.
So, I kind of just, people started saying, hey, well, could you do stuff for us? Could you plan this for us? Could you make this video for us? Could you find something to do for us? And so that's how travel agency came, and I started taking classes to be certified. I am a certified travel agency.
Come on, certifications.
So everything I do.
Certifications matter.
Right.
Yeah, certifications matter.
Everything I do is pretty legal.
Yeah, because it provides a different experience. And that's one of the reasons why I'm such a huge fan of you, because even for, transparency with me, I talked business for a while and I didn't do business. Mm-hmm. And that means that I wasn't legit, right? So I was out here playing. I was getting money off my hobbies, and I wasn't actually doing business. But first encounter anyone has with you, like, everything is business from the jump. You're going to get it straight through and through. And that plays a really big part, especially in the beginning. That's how so many Black businesses end up struggling for so long, because the businesses are taken care of from the beginning. But that's a whole nother ish. We're going to go into that. Before we go any further, for anyone who's just tapping in, I want you to go ahead and tell everybody how they can follow you on social media. We'll do this quite a few times throughout the show, just so people who tap in, tap out, they're going to get that social media so they can get all those businesses.
I am Rich Auntie Dada, and Dada is spelled D-A-D-A. So Rich Auntie Dada on literally everything. And once you go to those things and you find that main page, all the other all the other things will be listed, so you can just.
So while we're still on our Rich Auntie Day Day segment, before we move on to our next topic, where did the name come from? So how did you become Rich Auntie Day Day?
My nephews and my mom. I always told my family I don't want children.
Okay, because that was a question.
Yeah,
that was a question.
I'm gonna grow up, and I used to say I was gonna be the fine auntie with no kids for the rest of my life. And so, my nephew, I went to private school. My nephews now go to that same private school, and I've been drinking Starbucks since I was like a little girl. And my family members on my mom's side were always like, "Where y'all get this Valley girl from? Like, why she act like that?" And so my nephews told their mom one day, they was like, "We want to go there because we go there with our Aunt Day." And she was like, "Well, y'all need to get there with y'all Aunt Day because I'm not going to Starbucks. That's for rich people." And so they start saying, "That's our rich auntie." And so my mama started calling me the rich auntie with no kids. So
I love
that's
it.
how it came about.
I love it. I love it. I love it. And capitalize off of it. So how does your mom and how does your family, how do they support what are the role they play in what you do?
It's really funny because I feel like Hannah Montana. Like I got the best. I literally have the best of both worlds. I just look at myself like I'm Day, but when I get around them, they're always like, "Oh, somebody said they met Rich." Like they all just treat me like I'm just this. I don't know, like I'm this person that they don't know. But they come to stuff or they buy stuff, they share stuff. They always tell like their friends and stuff, like 'cause if they don't go. Because a lot of stuff I do, like my mom's not coming to the club, she's not coming to the events.
Right.
So,
Same here. That's my mama. She will make the program. She'll do all the other stuff behind the scenes, but she's not coming. She's not coming. So in this entrepreneurial endeavor, you know, everything isn't the way that social media or people think it is. What's been one of the hardest lessons that you've had to learn on this journey?
Just kind of keeping my like private life private versus my like learning how to turn it off when I go into places or not into places, when I go home or when I'm having quality time with family, friends, spouse, anything, just cutting off being auntie. Yeah. So I really understand famous people a whole lot. Yeah. Because if you let it, it will overtake you.
It will definitely overtake you. And I didn't realize that until I kind of got into the public sector and speaking and doing the different things. And I didn't realize the alter egos, because you literally have to have an alter ego when you're in the entertainment, anything. Yes. Like I literally would just be cussing somebody out, and then you say action. It's like, "Hey, y'all, it's your favorite girl in the world," you know. And it's like, so D Ford and Dorian are two different people, and people don't understand that, and they get rather frustrated by that. But it is definitely a struggle. So how do you, or what did you do to overcome, or how do you balance that?
I'm still learning every day. I promise to God, I just had this conversation too, because I have to tell, like I have to learn how to turn it on, turn it off. It's really a struggle, but I just have to take days for myself, or when I just can't, I have to learn. Like I'm learning to say no. I'm learning to say, that was like Monday. You would have thought I was dead, but I didn't answer the phone. I didn't leave that one spot. I literally just rolled back and forth between spots, and I was not on social media besides the post that I set to post. And I have to take days like that because it just gets overwhelming, and I'm like, I'm a human, and I'm one person, regardless of how many tasks I have. I'm still just this one person. It's just me. So.
Right. So that's very, very important, listening to yourself. And I didn't do that for a very long time, and then would get frustrated when people didn't respect the boundaries that I never set. Right. So setting those boundaries, taking that time for you, and just being like, I did that Saturday. I just got in the car and drove to Dallas. Was that Saturday? Yes, I just got in the car and drove to Dallas. Like, I'm just about to dip out. I just need to smell some different air. I'm going to go chill and just step away. So it's always very, very important to do that. So what else we need to know about Rich Auntie Day Day right now? Because we're going to come back with some. Well, no, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to close everything out on you. I ain't going to leave you lingering. So, of course, the people want to know, because I had a couple people that knew I was going to be interviewing you. So we have a couple of questions from the people that I would like to ask you. Okay. First question is you single? Is you, not are you? Is you single?
Technically, I am single. I'm not in a relationship, but I do talk to someone. So
Okay.
it's not official, but yeah.
It ain't official, so that means, they say
I'm not looking.
she ain't looking. So that means don't follow her DM unless you're trying to plan an event or spend some money. All right. All right. So next question is, what would you tell a woman who is interested in getting into the event planning business?
Definitely have a plan. Have it all the way planned out.
Mm-hmm.
I know some people go into stuff just because it's a thought, but in order to plan an event, that's something you have to organize. So at least organize it first and get all your ducks in a row so that, you don't want to be, I don't like half doing stuff, and I don't want I don't want anything to come back and bite me in the butt. So,
right.
And make sure you're ready for it. It's not just the glitz and glam that you see. The outcome of it, so much goes into it.
So let's talk about it. Right. So here's the thing. Just because you see somebody else do it, that does not give you the okay to go run and do it. A lot of people, especially in this area, they have that bad, oh, Day did this. Oh, I got a couple homegirls. We can do it as well. What you don't know is that it took Day 6 months to plan this out. She was back and forth to meetings, back and forth to this investor, back and forth to that. And in doing all of that, creating an experience for you, she's only going to walk away with not very much.
And I put in more than I get back.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing that I definitely wanted to point out there. It's a slap in the face to a lot of creatives who put their hard blood, sweat, and tears into things, and people to go and create the same thing, because now you're giving people an option. And I'm just going, so here's the thing, right? Now you're giving people an option to support me or you, when you could have just supported me. Right. And not to say that, you don't deserve to do it, because I know that there's a lane and it's enough for everybody. But we're just in an area that's not big enough for us both to be having your name Rich Auntie Dada and her name Rich Auntie Baby. We're just not in the area to do that. So let's think, seek God and see what your lane is. See what it is that you want to do, that you should do, because it'll work better for you, because it won't be as hard for you, because although it's even difficult, that's your lane though. So you're able to maneuver through it, and anything that you need is worked out, because that's the calling and that's the lane that you have. So. And we talked about your most stressful or your most challenging part in the whole entrepreneurial experience. What's been your most rewarding part of it?
Just seeing people enjoy what I put out there.
Yeah.
Or I would say like food reviews, seeing the business that they get after the review, or not even the thank yous, because I don't do it for the thank yous,
right.
But when you don't know, like I just go and review a random place, or somebody says, hey, go review this place, and I go review it, and they don't know I'm coming, and then they're like, oh my gosh, this was amazing. These people have flooded me. I sold out today, or I did this, or I did that. And I'm like, then they're like, come get a free plate. I'm like, nope.
That's
nope.
dope.
So just seeing like what I put into the city, and I wouldn't say just the reward that they get is rewarding enough for me.
That's dope. So have you ever had a food review that you were just like, oh, like I don't even want to, like I shouldn't even.
Yeah.
Did you do a review anyway?
I did the review. I didn't put the review out. So
I did a dating show one time, and it was going to be it was going to be really dope. It was a local dating show, and it was going to be really good. And it would have made some good content, but I didn't put it out just because it would have hurt some feelings.
Yeah.
It would have hurt some feelings.
I actually have a couple of reviews like that I didn't put out because I knew it would hurt them, and that's not my end goal. So I still got them in my phone, but I'm just like, y'all got it. Don't worry about it.
And see, and that's me. And let me ask you this. Was it a Black-owned business?
One of them was.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's me. I usually don't try to speak publicly on any business just because I'm an entrepreneur, right? And I know that we're humans, and every day isn't going to be perfect despite how we strive to. But especially Black businesses, I try not to publicly bash them unless, I don't even want to say an unless. I tried my hardest not to. because like I don't go off on McDonald's every time they screw me, and they screw me every time.
Every time. It never
Walmart,
fails.
it's always something at Walmart. So I don't bash those major corporations. So I try not to bash the small businesses either. So let's move this journey along. I want to talk about some national news stuff. You need to take a sip? I need to take a sip of bubbly. All right. So let's toast to Rich Auntie. That was the Rich Auntie Day segment. All right. Ooh. So what we've learned is you need to be on your grind, be on your entrepreneurship. Don't get in her DM because she's single, but she's taken. All right. And we're going to move to the next part. All right. So since this segment is who runs the world, girl power, all that good jazz, had to start with my women because what's happening right now. So here's the thing. This is what's happening. We have been thinking that Kamala Harris was sitting back doing nothing for all this time.
She been plied.
She been plied.
She been plied.
She has been plied. So you feel like that too. I definitely, because I too was of the belief, I thought that maybe, you know, she was just happy with her little position and she was sitting back there just being cool with being VP. But now it all makes so much sense.
It makes sense. And I don't even get into politics like that. Like, I kind of get confused and I want to know more about it. But just this week alone, it immediately screamed she's been plied. It
screams she's been plied. All right. So since you feel like she's been plied, I feel like she's been plied. Let's talk through why I feel that she's been plied. Because if you think about it, who else would be able to beat Donald Trump? There's nobody else at this point that would be able to come in and beat Donald Trump. And the reason why I say that is one, she's a black woman. But she's not a regular black woman. She like a black woman mixed with some other stuff who's married to a Jewish man. Right? Who has, and I mean, I heard some people were saying like, oh, I would like to see Michelle Obama run. If Michelle would have come in to run right now, Michelle wouldn't win. Mm-hmm. She wouldn't even have a chance because then you would have someone who's running against him who has no White House experience. She has White House experience. So what do you think the plot has been behind the scene the whole time?
Like I said, I don't really get into none of that. Mm-hmm. I don't really know. That's what I could feel. It was a plot and it was a good one. It was a good one.
We back in the game.
We back in there.
We back in the game because old Sleepy Joe was asleep.
I know they're going to give her a hard time. It's going to be a hard race. But
I don't even think it's going to be a hard race, to be honest with you. I think there are women out there who are going to become martyrs in effort to get this woman to become presidency. Hope so, but because check me out. So I think the reason why, of course, this is usually, and especially in the politic world, this is usually a white man world, right? However, Trump has done a whole lot to discredit that. If he didn't have the run that he had during his presidency, it would be hands down, it wouldn't be an issue. But think about it. He's offended all the major communities. He's offended the LGBTQ, XYZ. Don't counsel me, y'all. I want to get all, I just don't know all about it.
I don't
know. I don't want to say rainbow, but you know, the gay community, I think it's fair to say that. He's offended them extremely on a whole nother level. So all of them are going to support him. He's offended the transgenders, right? All of them are going to support him. He's offended the Mexicans. He didn't want the wall to be built. Most of them. Then he was on a trajectory to try and win the black vote. You saw he came out with the tennis shoes. Yeah. Then during the debate, he was like, the Mexicans don't need to be over here because they're taking all the black jobs.
What is a black job?
Right. What he's saying is they're taking all the lawn jobs, all of the construction jobs, all the hard manual labor jobs. Okay. That's what he's trying to insinuate. But he doesn't realize that those aren't no longer black jobs, baby. We're doctors and lawyers and everything else. Right. So, and then on top of that, when he act like he got shot in the ear, he put up the Black Power fist. Have you paid attention?
No.
Listen, I was driving down Burt Coons And they got a picture of him with his ear bleeding on the side on Percoon. They got a picture of him with his ear bleeding and his hand up in the air. I said that you was going too far to try and get this black vote. Oh, but Kamala came and put a stop to all of that down. So last question, we'll move on from that. Do you think she's going to win?
I don't know. I just feel like because it is like a white man's society, I feel like they don't want a woman in office at all, regardless of the color. And then she looks black, even if she's not fully black. So I see her, runner up, but I do feel like they're gonna give her the hardest time to not get that position.
Yeah, they're definitely not going to make it easy for her. I think that she's already showing that she's pretty much been prepping and behind the scenes, because yesterday alone she raised $81 million.
I need to tap more into the political stuff.
She raised, I'll start sharing some things with you that I come across, but she raised $81 million yesterday alone. I think that they are definitely going to make it hard for her. I think one of the determining factors is going to be who she chooses to run with her, her running mate. I think she needs to get a white man to be her running mate. I saw somebody say, and even was like, ooh, Oprah, that would be good, but come on now, we pushing it too far.
You gotta take them slow.
We're pushing it too far, but I think a white man would give the others who are on the fence, I think that would give them that comfort that they need. But I am definitely for Kamala Harris over Trump. I think Trump just kind of tore his draws with us. I do appreciate the stimulus checks and the PPP loans, but we kind of been in a world where, but people had to die for that. All the people died from COVID, you know what I'm saying? So I really, I'm sorry, but I ain't mean to, bask in the free money. All right, moving along to the next conversation. We're going to come back to some local love, all right? So I want to talk about some local stuff. If you guys don't know, here's the thing. It's going down in Shreveport, Louisiana. We are now about to be the mecca of entertainment, black entertainment of the South. I'm not going to say we taking over Atlanta or New Orleans, but I'm going to say we on your heels. For those of you guys who don't know, 50 Cent's Curtis Jackson has brought his G-Unit studio and brand to the city of Shreveport. And I think that it's been a really good thing. Coming up, we have the Humor and Harmony Tour. That is a weekend. It's a festival of music and comedy. There's more than 25, 30 entertainers that are going to be taking the stage over the course of the weekend here in Shreveport. August 8th through 11th, I believe, are those dates. So what are your thoughts on 50 Cent coming to Shreveport?
I think it's amazing for the city itself. We need something different, and we needed something different that just like wowed as the masses, all of Shreveport, Bossier, Minden, Houghton, all of that. I think it's amazing. Like, I feel privileged that he chose us out of all the places he could go. So
you said different, and I agree with that, and I like that. And what I like the most about it is that it's different and indifferent. What I mean about the indifferent aspect of it is I'm happy. This is sad. It's really sad, but it brings me joy at the same time. I'm happy that it was an outsider that brought this opportunity to the city. That's the indifferent part about it, because 50 is a businessman, so he's indifferent to the bonds. He's indifferent to the coalitions and the all the other extra stuff. I'm about this money. And Shreveport can be so cliquish. If it was a local who brought this opportunity here, we would have clawed them down so bad they wouldn't have had any more strength to make anything happen. So I see the commentary from the people in the city, and I want to address this or whatever, and I want to know your thoughts on it. How do you feel about the people who feel negatively about 50 coming to the city? I understand what they're saying, but how do you feel about it?
I do understand where they're coming from to a certain extent, but the ones that I feel like are saying the negative things are the ones who have something negative to say about everything. So,
and these are also the ones who do nothing.
Right. So it's not for you.
Nothing. There's no rich auntie days out there talking negative about it. There's no allure group out there talking about it. There's no the social circle out there talking about it, right? It's not the people who are out there making moves who are speaking negatively about it. And if we're actually honest, these are the people that should be concerned.
Yeah.
But that's not the case.
I just feel like, it's not for them. So don't rain on our parade.
Don't rain on the parade.
Just, if you don't have nothing nice to say, don't say it.
Shut up. So do you think that it's really going to make the impact that we want it to? Do you think that it's really going to flip the city and put us on the trajectory that we want to be on?
Honest opinion, at first, I think it's going to, like now, they don't know what to do. They don't know what to expect. So it's the talk. Of course, it's going to get the hype. Then I think it's going to mellow out. And then it's all going to start to make sense. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to say, I honestly believe and hope that it'll change. But I think it's going to take time. Like, it's not going to be one of those things that's going to happen, like, overnight.
Right.
And I don't think it's going to be what everybody is expecting. Because, I mean, if you understand business, then you understand that everything is going to be a process.
Everything is a process.
Yeah. So, I really wish everybody would just, like, look at it in the business aspect, but of course they're not. So
because these are non-business minded people trying to make sense of business situations, right?
Yeah.
That's just like I'm no beautician, but it's just like me trying to do some hair or something like that's outside of my lane.
Yeah.
So, the people who are saying, oh, he needs to move it to this venue or he needs to do that or he needs to do this, just show up or don't show up. Because what I don't want to see happen is I don't want to see us lose opportunity because we're negative. However, I am very confident that the positivity, because what we don't realize is that everybody else see the gym that Shreveport is.
Except for
Shreveport. Everybody else sees the gym. And what's going to happen is that, because like a lot of people don't know, but 50 is having an investment seminar like a couple of weeks before, like in a week or so in Atlanta, where it's nothing but people who are about to invest. I don't know for sure, and I ain't had no conversation with nobody, but I could pretty much guarantee that he gonna be at that investment seminar and be like, hey, I just bought a whole city. They got all of these investment opportunities. They have all of these adjudicated properties. They have all of these opportunities. So, and even if he doesn't say that, people are going to see that he's putting his money here, and they're going to want to see why just off the strength of him moving here. I went to the adjudicated property. I went to go get a list today, and there's like hundreds and hundreds and thousands of adjudicated properties here, like houses that you can get for like
dirt
nothing.
Cheap. Yes.
These people are going to come and flip our city, and they're going to create generational wealth for themselves, and we're going to be working for them. Well, they're going to be working for them, because not me.
They need to, like, our city needs to follow that. This the one time they need to follow the leader. Like, if you got the money to invest. If you got the money to do. I see it going from a place that was frowned upon to be smiled upon. Like, things are gonna skyrocket around here. You be like, she cost that much and shit.
Yeah. And so we got to get in right now.
We've
got to get in right now. So while we're talking about Shreveport, we're talking about 50. I want to take this moment and give you the opportunity to give a letter to your city. So if you could have a message, look at your camera. And I want you to tell Shreveport, whatever it is, whatever piece of advice, if you just want to say, don't give up, whatever it is, this is your chance to give a letter to your city.
Just to piggyback off of what kind of something we said earlier, I grew up frowning upon Shreveport. Like, same. I knew for a fact that once I got grown, I had to get out. Like, I would tell my parents, y'all could have went anywhere in the world, but y'all decided to stay here and raise us. And I didn't understand or value Shreveport until I moved back to Shreveport. And from someone who is trying to advocate for the city, we are one of a kind. I have been not just all over I have been outside of the country. I have been to 13 different countries, and there is no place in the world like Shreveport, Louisiana. We are part of Louisiana, but we have our own culture. Like, you go up north Louisiana, and they're totally different from us. They talk different, they act different, everything is different. You come here, and when we come together as one, we unstoppable. There's nothing you can, like, everybody's ready to fight because 50 said we taking the ratchet out of Shreveport. That's something that Shreveport built and we stood upon from the time it started to the time Mandigo came back. You know, I was a little girl hearing about the ratchet, and then now I'm a grown woman. And I remember when he got out and they came together, and it was like history in the making.
Right.
So someone who appreciate now, as a grown up, I can appreciate where we're from. And I would tell anybody, like, I go to Africa and I'll tell anybody about where I'm from. Like, there's no place like it. We are one of a kind. We could really, if we all came together, I wish, you know, we would have got this mindset to come together before. But if it took an outsider, then cool. Let's come together now, let's do it. I literally stand on 318 versus everybody. Yeah. Like, it's us against the world, and we could really do some damage if we just put our minds to it. It's so many talented people
across the board. It don't matter if it's food, fashion, rap, makeup,
creative. Like, it's there.
Just think about the fact that if somebody called you right now, you know stellar people that you can take across the world to make anything happen. Facts. Right here from Shreveport.
Like, my whole, like, I tell, if I was to, you know, blow up tomorrow and I can build my own team, I would build them all from Shreveport. I don't have to go to Atlanta. Yeah. Like, this is small town Atlanta. We got it all here.
Yeah.
From the hairstylists, and they start from kids. Yeah. I got these same braids in my hair. I got little cousins that's 13 that do this kind of stuff. Like, they start young and they go to old.
And if you can make it in Shreveport, you can make it anywhere. And I felt like that too. I when I got out of high school, I was out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I went to South Louisiana and did not want to come back to Shreveport. And it was crazy because everything I wanted and thought that I was going to get everywhere else, I didn't get it until I came back to Shreveport. So, you know, sometimes I think that a lot of people, they have that negative perception of Shreveport because they never get out. This is the only thing that they see. So the only way to change their perception is to try to look at someone else instead of looking at a different place. Like, that's how you know you could conquer the world, because you've seen it. But a lot of people here, they haven't. So yeah, I think that's
like, I've been in Houston for long periods of time. I've been in Atlanta for long periods of time. I love Houston to death, but I hate Atlanta. Like, you know, you got to fight to make it out there. And in Shreveport, it's so many of us that do the same thing, but everybody is literally equally booked. Like, I hear if you're not popular, but why I can't find nobody to do my hair if one of my hairstylists, you know? Yep. So you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. I look at us like a little smaller Atlanta. Everything is here, literally everything. From the chefs to the videographers, content creators, makeup artists. All of that. And we got somebody bigger than Atlanta, New York, coming to bring all that here. Like, it's no way. I believe in all y'all. I believe everybody gonna have a chance to shine, but just stay in your lane. And like I tell anybody,
and stop hating.
Don't hate on nobody. Don't wait on nobody. Just go grind and get it. Like,
ooh, say that one more time. Say that one more time.
Don't hate on nobody. Don't wait on nobody. Just grind and go get it.
Just grind and go get it, man. Well, listen, do you have anything else that you want to share with the people?
No. I don't think so.
Okay, so before we get out of here, we got to play a little game, guys. We're gonna play 21 questions. We're gonna learn a little bit more about Rich Auntie Day before she gets out of here. So, going back to the questions earlier, I had to tell the people to send some stuff in so that we can go ahead and get these questions popping. Okay. All right. So they want to know your favorite actor. Are you going Will Smith or Martin Lawrence?
Ew. Will Smith.
She said
Will Smith. Will Smith.
Said, ew. All right. Your favorite rapper, Lil Wayne or Jay-Z?
Lil Wayne.
Okay. All right. Grits or oatmeal?
Grits off top with cheese.
Grits with cheese.
And sugar.
That's oatmeal, cuz.
No, it's not. With the cheese and the oh man, my God.
Put sugar in grits is oatmeal, man. Bacon or sausage?
Neither. I hate pork altogether.
Okay. All right. All right.
But if I had to choose, I would eat a sausage over bacon.
Sausage over bacon.
I literally hate the sight of bacon. The smell of it makes me want to puke.
Really? So I don't really do pork either anymore, but bacon got me in a chokehold.
No.
Bacon got crunchy bacon.
That's like dog treats. Like, why do you want to crunch on dog treats?
I never heard anybody call
Absolutely
bacon dog
Absolutely
treats.
not.
Oh my God, that is gonna be in my mind when I'm eating
I'm
bacon.
so good on it. So good.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so cook or take out? Cooking or take out?
Take out.
You don't cook?
No.
What's the best thing you can cook?
I actually can cook. I just hate it. It takes too much time.
It does take too
And
much
so
time
by
for
the-
like very little product.
Exactly. By the time I'm done, I don't want it. But if I was
Same.
to cook, I can I got this homemade etouffee, crawfish etouffee I like to make, or meatloaf.
Meatloaf, red sauce or brown sauce?
Red.
Okay. All right. Lasagna or spaghetti?
Lasagna.
Okay. R&B or Southern Soul?
That's a tough one. R&B.
R&B. Southern Soul is growing on me because I wasn't a huge Southern Soul fan because I didn't understand it for a little while. But I guess it was because it was only like 4 people. But
Yeah.
now they have like their own genre
They
for
do.
real, for real. So who's your favorite R&B singer, male?
Usher.
I was gonna ask Usher or Chris Brown, but
That's a tough one.
Which-
but I'm gonna still choose
you
Usher.
gonna choose Usher?
I'm gonna still choose.
Okay, so who's your favorite female R&B?
Fantasia.
Fantasia. Okay, Tay. I'm a Fantasia. I would go Jasmine Sullivan over Fantasia.
I would probably go jazz. Over Fantasia.
All right, so tell the people one more time how they can follow you on all social media platforms.
I'm Rich Auntie Dada. That's DADA on everything, literally everything.
And do you have anything coming up that we should be on the lookout for?
This upcoming Sunday, August 4th, I have a back to school bash.
Okay.
I'll be gifting, whatever you want to call it. School supplies for all ages. Bring your kids out. Free food, space walks, face painting, all school supplies you can think of. Yeah, all that'll be there.
And where will it be?
I don't know the address off the top of my head, but it'll be at Lifestyles.
Go follow her. That's all the more reason for you to go
Right.
follow her.
The flyers are there. It'll be at Lifestyles Bar and Grill.
Okay.
But it'll be an outside fun day. So
And I've never heard of Lifestyle Bar and Grill, so
it's
shouts
on
out to you.
Bert Coons.
Okay. So yeah, shouts out to you for having the event there because I had never heard of it until I saw it on your flyer. All right, y'all. Well, listen, thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of So Here's the Thing. Our next show, we're going to be talking about some other things. We're going to be talking about all things relationship. We're going to be talking about the relationships, male, female. You know, I got a whole lot to say about that. But yeah, it's your favorite girl in the world, D Ford. Shouts out to my producer, my business partner out in the back, Tommy. Shouts out to everybody, our producers back there. Thank y'all for making it all happen and having us looking all good and sounding good. Hey, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below, guys. Don't forget to love yourself or nobody else will.